I'm back with another Let's Draw. Today's painting is a portrait of my OC. Her name is Sapphire. She's a princess, an alien princess, and this is actually a part of a redraw challenge by Sylessae from Twitch. Sylessae is also on DeviantArt, and in fact, she just got accepted into the DeviantArt collective, so she's like one of the influencers, so to speak. Like streamer influences, I think. It's kind of like an outreach thing that DeviantArt's doing, trying to grow again. And DeviantArt was my first home, my first art home, so I really wanted to be a part of this. And it gave me an excuse to draw my OC again. I haven't drawn her in a while, and doing like a close-up portrait of her was like one of my favorite things to do. So I have done this painting before. I've done this redraw, I want to say 3 times now. Oh, no. I've done it 2 times before. This is my third. I did it, the first one I did in 2008, and then I did it again in 2010. And then I did another one last year, 2020. And now I'm doing this one this year. So this one is definitely my favorite. I'm so happy, so happy with it. Some aspects of it that I want to improve on next time, but it's just, it'll be next time, and it'll be something interesting to work on next time. So I added some different details that I didn't last time to this one, that we'll see as we're going through. I included a hand. I know. It's funny, when Sylessae was looking at it when she was featuring it on her video, she was like, "Look, a hand." It was like, yeah, you have no idea how stressed I was over that hand. But at first I drew it too small. I had to resize it, which you'll see me do after I put the color down, which is always the annoying part when I notice it after the color. But it happened this way because sometimes you're staring at your artwork for a long time, and you don't notice the problems until you leave it and come back. So that's what happened. I was doing it one stream and I got to the coloring, and then the next stream I came back and I was like, oh, the hand's too small. And I was able to fix it at that point, but I just didn't notice it prior to that. I tried to do like a silky pink dress, kind of the same pink dress that I did in the last one, but I wanted it to be kind of silky, more silky. It didn't really come out quite like that. I think I should have added some glitter to the highlights. That might have helped to kind of give it that iridescent feel. One of the things that I want to improve on next time is the headband. I don't like how I did the headband in this one. The way it came out in the last one, and actually the previous one to that, the 2010 one, was my favorite. The way the headband came out in that one. So I'm really trying hard to see if I can nail it each time, but I just haven't been getting it the way I want. So hopefully I will have improved enough to nail it next time. One thing I did forget while doing this was her expression. So by the time I got to her eyebrows, I totally forgot the expression I wanted her to have. I was just so zoned into painting each detail. I wasn't really feeling the whole piece out, and kind of pushing and pulling and not forgetting the big picture. I totally forgot the big picture. So she kind of lost that initial expression. As you can see, she kind of has this sad expression. It's gone now. But her eyebrows are kind of supposed to be up a little bit. You can't even see my eyebrow, sorry. But she's supposed to have this sad expression. But I completely forgot about it by the time I got to her eyebrows, and I lost it entirely. It would have really added to the piece because I gave her eyes the under part more visible, so kind of added this I don't know, this kind of look to her eyes that really emphasized that, would have emphasized that expression. But unfortunately, I lost the expression in the eyebrows, and I kind of lost the expression overall. So she just kind of looks like she's staring out into nothing by the end of it. But it was still pretty nonetheless. In fact, I really loved how the eyes came out. I found a reference for these blue, it was more green and yellow eyes with yellow around the pupil. And I wanted to do that, but with blue and green. And I definitely got it the way I wanted to. I was really happy with it. I'm getting pretty confident with my skin painting skills. I love how this piece came out, and this piece was from imagination. The rendering, because I used some references for the pose and a bit of the lighting, but the hair was all from my head, and the lips and the eyes was from a reference. But I had to figure out a lot of things on my own, how I wanted it to look. But yeah, I really like how it came out. The fingers looked a little bit, I don't know, like they didn't, I think I should have like shaded them a little differently. It kind of looked a little pudgy, swollen maybe. They were thin but swollen. Weird. I don't know. They were a little strange. It was just the intimidation of them being hands, and I was just intimidated by it, and I didn't do my best job. I stuck to a pretty simple render of the lips. I wanted to add like really bright dots of highlights, but I didn't really like how it looked, so I undid that. Here we are doing the eyes, the really fun part. There's the really bright yellow that came out really good. It worked really well. Like I did just the lines, all the detailed lines in the eyes, and just a simple highlight, and it worked really well. I love it. Came out nice. And then I added like really bold eyelashes, like really big eyelashes. Somebody commented in Sylessae's stream about how she's like, those are like eyelash goals or something like that. It was really funny. I was like, yeah, I went overboard with that. Yes, and here's where you see I lose the expression in the eyebrows. Like, it's completely gone now. The expression that she would have had in her face, that would have added so much drama to it, I think. I could probably go back and change it and update it for my portfolio, but it won't be in this video, and it won't be on my Instagram, because unless like I might do like a throwback Thursday and post an old piece and like post the revamp of this maybe. I'm not really one to go back and edit old pieces. I don't know why. I guess because I already post it to the world and show it to the world, and like you're not gonna see the changes that I make really. They're gonna be pretty tame. People do that, like repaints of old pieces, like painting on top of an old piece to improve it, and it adds a lot to it when you do that. But I tend to not do that very much. I don't know why. I just, when I'm done with a piece, I'm done, and I move on to something else, and I'll rather do it over than to like go back and repaint on top of an old piece. I just feel like it's kind of, what's that expression? Beating the, I don't want to, I think it's a bad expression, so I won't say it. But yeah, I had to go to Photoshop to do the headpiece to get the little glitter effect. Always, Paint Tool Side doesn't really have a good brush for that, so I did use Photoshop. And then I jumped into Procreate for the hair. Just like I mentioned in the last video, Procreate is my favorite right now for painting hair. It's just so quick and easy. The hairbrush is amazing. It's intuitive, it's smooth. It really takes away a lot of the hard work of painting the hair. And then I always go back to a regular round low opacity brush for the separate strands. So I mean, it's the same process that I have in Paint Tool Sci, but the hairbrush itself, the strandy hairbrush, the thin line hairbrush, is superior in Procreate in my opinion. But I love how the hair came out, and it really added to the piece. Like, everything came together really nicely in this piece. I'm so happy with how this came out. Just like everything about it was really good. You know, there are the little parts of it that I can improve, but I'm really happy with it. And I'm happy that I'm happy with it because last year's painting a redo of this piece was not good. I did not like the end result. Like, I'll link it in the description, and I'll show it here too. It was unimpressive to me, and because I was kind of leaning on an anime vibe with it wasn't really my forte, so it didn't really come out the way I wanted. There were just so many things I didn't like. But this one definitely blew me out of the water, and I'm excited to surpass this next year because I will keep painting. But yeah, here are the close-ups. They came out really nice. I like the little glitter and the highlights and stuff. I took that from my 2010 piece and brought that back, and I really like how it came out. And the headband that I will definitely improve next time. But thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye!